as hell to me, by the way. He sees otherwise. So there's a great divide within this political system, rather just this whole country in itself. All right. And what that does is, like Yahweh Shai said here in Mark, I said Mark 12, Matthew, the 12th chapter, and the 25th verse. All right, it says, and Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So this is where America's headed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is where this place is headed. It's headed to be brought to desolation. All right. It says, in every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. All right. Now let me show you what I mean by this. All right. Now what I did was, which I got these two videos queued, but I'm gonna go here to this one first. Wait, was it this one? This one? No, it's this one. What I did was I typed in Democrats rally in DC. All right. And they up there and they mad. They mad than a mofo at what the admin is doing. All right. But this guy, Schumer, okay, he's going into what Elon Musk is actually finding that the U.S. government has been spending money on. And boy, oh boy, things are getting very interesting. But it's nothing that we, hopeful members of the elect, have not known through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. So without any further ado, let's check this video out first. All right, I'm saving John Kennedy for last. Matter of fact, we're gonna pull him up. Go to my history real quick. All right, cause yeah, this is it right here. Well, we could go to this one because it's shorter. But when we hear that, I mean, let's go. Let's listen. Okay.
We are here today as elected members of Congress. We're here today because an unelected billionaire and his team have been given full and unfettered access to our taxpayer money and our government. We just tried to enter the Treasury building as members of Congress, and we will, because we need to provide oversight to Elon Musk and his team. We don't know what they're doing behind these closed doors. The people deserve transparency.
You see, people are mad out there, man. All right, people are upset. And remember, Klaus Schwab said we're heading into a very angry world. This is the beginning of it, where you have members of Congress, federal workers. They went to go into the building, and they was told that they don't work there no more. Okay, so people are livid, all right? And this whole rally was about 2 hours, but this is just clips from it.
The fact that an unelected billionaire has all your private information is a problem. Hands up on Social Security checks! Hands up on Constitution! Hands up on democracy! Hands up! We cannot allow Elon Musk and a small group of people to secretly, behind closed doors, take away our privacy, take away our dollars, take away everything we have. We are going to fight this fight. I am going to stand with you in this fight. And we will win. We will win. We will win. We will win. We will win.
Okay, that's that one. Let's go here. This is another one right here. Just to give you the sentiment on the divide. divide. All right, the Lord has mingled this spirit here, man. All right,
we are where we are.
look at these Edomites, man. These devils. Oh man, they are mad at Trump, boy. They protesting the shutdown of United States of America. I forget what the ID stands for. USA ID. Matter of fact, let's look that up. I need that for my next show. Let's look it up. Right, the United States Agency for International Development. So basically, foreign aid. All right, foreign aid. Remember that. That's what the USAID is. Basically, foreign aid. It says is the principal U.S. agency to extend assistance to countries recovering from disaster, trying to escape poverty, and engaging in democratic reforms. Now, remind democratic reforms. Engaging in democratic reforms. Now, this is disasters is understandable. Escaping poverty is understandable. All right. And engaging in democratic reforms. We're gonna find out what that means. All right. Well, my man John Kennedy of Louisiana, Republican. He's a Louisiana Republican senator. All right. Oh, this is his. I'm gonna subscribe to him because he had me rolling. That's his page right there, and he uploaded this a day ago. All right. But before we go there, let's get this one. And we ain't gonna watch the whole 17 minutes of John, but we're gonna watch that first beginning portion. I might jump to the last portion. But here we go.
We are where we are because we lost the presidential election and we lost 2 houses in November. We have a lot more tools in majority than we do in minority. I'm very happy in Virginia because the first big race that's going to show America what it thinks about a new Trump term is the governor's race in Virginia in November. If you are here and you're in Virginia, in that opening round, let's show the American public a right direction to counter the wrong direction. We must resist. We must be in the streets. We must take every possible action to stop what is happening. Musk has no right, cannot have the information from the Treasury, cannot have it. The Department of Education is next, the Department of Labor. Resistance all across this nation. We must not let it happen.
Right. And these are different agencies that the Trump administration is getting ready to shut down in the federal government. And what they're saying is they're going to allow the states to dictate education and allocate money where it needs to go and this, that, and the third. All right? So, yeah.
Right now, we know that across the world, USAID employees are brought back. We know that the programs are being shut down. Don't let it happen. Resist at every motion. We will fight legally. We will fight procedurally, and we will also fight legislatively.
Look how mad the people are, man. They are upset, all right, because Trump is checking the books. He got his man Elon Musk in there checking the books to see where the money is going, all right, and it got everybody upset.
From the House of Representatives to the United States Senate, we will be not categorize this as a left to right fight. This is not about left or right. It's about right and wrong.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see if it's about right and wrong. Which really, this is about bringing America down. That's what it's all about. All right. That's what this place was brought up for, and now it's time to be brought down. Matter of fact, let's go there to Ecclesiastes 3. All right. To every season, there is a time under heaven. All right. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "To everything there is a season." Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. All right. A time to be born. In this case, America was born, as they would say, 1776. All right. Which they were already over here committing genocide and, enslaving the tribes. All right. So America was born. All right. It says a time to be born and a time to die. And we are in that time to where America's dwindling. It's circling the drain. All right. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which was planted. All right. Let's go down. Real quick. Let me see. Okay. Verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down. And that's what's happening in America. This place is being broken down from the inside out. All right. But it won't be built up. All right. It says, in a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose. All right. A time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to read or rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. So you get the point. We are at the time of America being plucked up. All right. We are in the time of America's dying age. Okay, it's over for this place. We're just living out the last seconds of this society. That's it. Okay. You got these people upset in Washington about the administration that's in there checking the books on where they spending the money. All right. Now let's go to Chuck Schumer. All right. And he's getting ready to read off exactly some of the things that Elon Musk has found where these people have been spending the money. All right. So let's listen. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. This may be the same one.
You're wondering if the car accident that you were involved in is worth pursuing?
Just bear with me a second.
In the next 30 seconds,
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, with me today.
No, this ain't the same one. So let's go back to this one.
I've been in the Senate.
And this dude's funny. I watched a couple of his little videos yesterday and this morning. You know what I'm saying? Or I listen. So I can do this show here, all right, and present this information because this is good information to the prophets, all right. We've been prophesying that this place is going to go into a divide and it's going to be destroyed. All right. Matter of fact, let's go there in Jeremiah. Okay. And we actually are witnessing what the prophets have prophesied come to pass in our time. Okay? Jeremiah 28:8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms. America's a great kingdom, all right, of war and of evil and of pestilence, all right? And that's exactly what's coming to this place, war, okay? You got Trump sending military down to the U.S. border to lock horns with the cartel, all right? Because it looked like Trump ready to take over everything. He said he wanted to own the Gaza Strip. For what? See, these devils, they really think that their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. Let's get that real quick. All right, they really think that, man. Okay. And when Trump went to the WEF on that screen, when he was on that screen at the WEF, and that the seal of America with the eagle facing the arrows, that was him declaring war on the world. All right, he was basically showing up as a Edomite Debo. If you're gonna send your products to America, you're gonna have to pay a 25% tariff tax, or you can bring your product here and we can make it for you. It's up to you. That's what Trump was saying, and he said this in front of all the world leaders. And he had that big ass seal of America with the eagle facing the wing of the eagle's head facing the arrows, and not the olive branches. The olive branches represent peace when the eagle's face is facing that, the eagle head facing the olive branches. But at the WEF, the eagle branches or the eagle head was facing the arrows, the 13 arrows that it had, which represented the original 13 colonies. All right. So they set Trump in there to bring war to the planet. All right. And that's what's happening. Okay. He's talking about we gonna own the Gaza Strip. All right. He said the Gulf of Mexico is no longer Gulf of Mexico, it's the Gulf of America. All right. So he's in there shaking shit up. Okay? It says, Psalms 49:11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. All right? And this is what they're doing right now as we speak. Okay? Back in Jeremiah 2:28 again, it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms. All right? And America's not an exception. All right? See, we've been so far lost from who we are, we don't even believe that there's prophets anymore. Okay? Or if somebody pops up on the internet and they proclaim to be a prophet and they say they got the word of God and they just write stuff down. God told me to write this, and God told me to write. Nothing that lines up with biblical prophecy for the most part. Okay? The real prophets break down what was written already. All right? And show you what's happening in real time, and we showing you in the scriptures that this is what this means. Okay? This is what this means. Okay? It's over with. Okay? So let's go back to John Kennedy, and we're going to listen to a little bit of him. All right?
I've been in the Senate for 8 years. In dog years, that's 56 years. And it feels like 56 years. I've learned a lot, met a lot of interesting people. Before I got here, everybody told me about the Washington bubble. And I said, how serious could they be? Well, it's true. There is a Washington bubble. This place is different. It's in its own way, sometimes disappointing, sometimes refreshing. It is deeply weird. For one thing, common sense is illegal in Washington. It's illegal. For another thing, I discovered that this is a town of very frustrated ex-class presidents. And there's a Washington way of doing things. And when things aren't done that way, when somebody challenges the status quo, many, not all, but many of these frustrated ex-class presidents in Washington, on the Hill and otherwise, they get excited, not in a good way.
They angry is what he's saying. Right? He's gonna mention the Democrats who are upset at what the administration in there is doing. DJT and his administration, they're upset about it. All right, because they're not going by the like John Kennedy just said, the status quo. All right, they in there shaking things up, man. Okay, and ultimately that's the Spirit of the Lord doing these things. All right, Isaiah 19 chapter has been coming out ever since Trump has taken office, because he is that cruel Lord. All right, and this little infighting is going to turn into a physical, civil unrest, straight up war. All right, all the way up, and it's going to get violent, and it's not going to stop until Yahweh Shai returns.